Well, hello everyone and welcome to another episode here at the cottage garden. I am so excited to bring you all along for an update. I have to turn because we're having a storm and I don't have my mic turned on, or I don't have my mic on me, but we're going to have a storm anytime now. It's that time of year where they pop up like crazy, so the wind's kicking up, and so I'm going to film this pretty quick and hopefully you guys are going to love this. It looks fantastic. So again, man, the difference compost can make in a garden, I have no doubts. That is what makes this garden what it is, because it was pretty hard clay before. And when we put the 30 cubic yards of compost on, the thing I noticed is that it completely suppressed all the weeds. Every single bit of weeds were snuffed out. Anything that did pop up, they had gotten so laggy to get through all of that 5 or 6 inches of compost that you could literally just pull them out and there's no such thing as a plant anymore. So it's been amazing. And there are a few little bits of weeds here and there in the aisleways and stuff. But that's the least of my problems. All I have to do is take a rake and just rake them under and they're dead. So it's just little bits of grass from the horse manure that we laid down in the fall. So come on with me, check out this. This just blows my mind. It's crazy. So the peppers, as you can see, are super healthy. They're extremely green. I do have a little bit of bug damage from probably just something or another that came through here, but there's only 1 or 2 plants that even have that, so I'm not concerned. But the plants here are looking fantastic. I top dressed with some Trifecta Plus, and that's what you see around the bases of every single one of them. That's all I do when I plant. I just top dress and it's perfectly fine. But I did use Trifecta when I planted the entire garden. I actually put it into a spreader and I actually spread it at, I think the ratio was 1 pound per 3 square feet or 4 square feet. I laid it on pretty heavy, but it's definitely paying off. And that combined with the compost is really helping, because the Trifecta Plus has not only a lot of nutrients in it, but it also has beneficial micronutrients. It has beneficial bacteria and beneficial fungi. So that really helps to kind of complete the garden what it is. And then I also laid down 50 pounds of dried molasses over the entire garden. And then I laid down 50 pounds of Gaia Green Glacial Rock Dust over the entire garden. And I laid down 50 pounds of azomite over the entire garden. And then that combined with about 100 pounds of Trifecta Plus, and then 30 cubic yards of compost. So as you can see, it's going to go crazy this year. The kale is going nuts. It took a little while to get established. Once it got established, though, there's no holding back. The leaves are, that is a very beautiful leaf. It just feels waxy. Here, listen to this. That's beautiful right there. If you can hear the squeak on your leaf, you know you have a biofilm, and that's what the micronutrients and the bacteria do. They create a biofilm, and that biofilm protects the plant. And I will tell you what, I've never had a healthier plant than this year. I'm going to set some records with harvest this year. I can almost guarantee you. Back there, you actually see I planted some basil, and this is part of my high intensity kind of half permaculture idea here, and that is I planted a lot of herbs that deter pests. So I have basil all along here right next to the tomatoes. So the tomatoes are healthy, but we'll get to those in a little bit. I did plant celery and purple cabbage, kind of got something going on. I just wanted to take up this lane space because I figured, why have a lane here? So the grid pattern is still existent, but in between where I had some wasted space, I just threw some cabbage and celery. My Swiss chard is blowing up, looking great. It again is very healthy, and the leaves are so thick. It is just unbelievably thick leaves, and they're almost sticky with a biofilm. It's just unbelievable. And I have more celery here and purple cabbage. Broccoli is looking fantastic. Again, the broccoli has that beautiful biofilm on it. Love that. And then I have more celery here. These are all beets. So I have quite a few beets that are starting to finally sprout. And then over here I have potatoes, and the potatoes are doing fantastic. I'm going to hill them up, and then that's going to be the final hilling. I do have a little bit of, this is just a flea beetle, and flea beetles look like that thing that just jumped. Let me see if I can find another one here. Oh, yeah, well, right there on the end of that leaf, watch it jump. See, there you go. Those are flea beetles, and they're not bad. They just put little punch holes in your leaves, and I'll take some diatomaceous earth, and that's how I fix it. I just dust them all with diatomaceous earth. They'll be gone, because the diatomaceous earth will kill any hard-bodied insect like a beetle. So a lot of your harmful insects are beetles, Japanese beetles, flea beetles, those types of things. So that's how I take care of that. Now, I do have I'm kind of bummed about this. This was supposed to be pole beans, and my pole beans never sprouted here. I have no clue why. I planted like 30 seeds, and none of them sprouted. So I don't know what it is, but I'm going to plant again. We're going to give it another try. We got plenty of season left, so I'm not concerned. But yeah, kind of bummed that they didn't sprout. These were actually seeds that I had gotten. They were 24-inch long pole beans from this world-class grower that grows these 24-inch long or 2-foot long pole beans, and I was hoping I'd get some, but I don't know why they didn't sprout. These are actually a massive sunflower here. Look at the seeds on these things. That is a large sunflower seed, and they're gonna make some beautiful sunflowers. They came from I want to say like a 17 or 18 foot tall sunflower, so huge sunflower. Then over here, again, pole beans, and these were a different variety even. I only have one, and it's way down there. It's just one little sprout, so I don't know why they didn't sprout here. I have no clue. I'll start them from probably seed in the greenhouse, and I'll transplant them out here. Maybe I'll have better luck with that. But the corn, I don't think I could have had better luck with the corn. The corn is looking fantastic. Everything has sprouted, and I do need to thin a few bits over there because they're coming in pretty close, and over there's a little bit, and right there and right there. They're getting pretty close, so I need to take care of those. Now over here, I have zucchini. I have 3 different varieties. I have this is an Egyptian white zucchini. This this block of like 9 plants. Well, what would be 9? I don't have everything sprouted yet. I'm going to plant some more seed in the blank spaces, but I have 9 plants here of a yellow zucchini, and then I have 9 plants, the next one down, of just a black beauty zucchini. And these are a giant cabbage, and they're supposed to get about 2 to 3 pound heads as a small, and they can get anywhere up to 8 pounds for the size of the head of cabbage. So I'm anticipating somewhere in between, hopefully. Then over here, this looks pretty barren, but if you come in close, you can see that indeed I do have my turnips sprouting. They're parsnips, sorry, these are parsnips, not turnips. I don't like turnips, I love parsnips. They are like in between a potato and a carrot. It's a delicious vegetable, I love them. So yeah, all of this is parsnips. And then over here, if we walk around this fence line, I have my cucumbers, and they are sprouting, so very good. I'm glad about that. But I have a few spots where a few have not sprouted. Then I come to this part, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I always have a problem up here with beans, these bush beans. And I don't know if it's the variety or what, but I think it's moisture. And the reason why I think is because, come with me here. I'm going to show you something, and if you can't see already, you're going to notice that there's a moisture gradient. Obviously this is up here is pretty dry, and it gets more and more wet as you go. And my thinking is that my beans, they don't like to be in a lot of water, so I'm thinking they're getting dampened off, and I don't really know how to fix that because I can't really raise the soil up any. And the soil is good, it's just it stays wetter because it drops off here. There's about probably a 1 to 2 inch gradient from up here to down here. And I mean, look at these ones. These are beautiful, right? I mean, these are Blue Lake bush beans. They're sprouting amazing. They're looking fantastic. And then as soon as you get to the wet spot, they just drop off. And you have a few sprouts down here, you know, one right there, but for the most part, they're pretty gone. So yeah, that's that. And then in between the corn, I do have my carrots starting to sprout, and I planted them in between each row there because I don't ever walk in between my corn rows. So why not plant something that's going to take longer than the corn? So once the corn is being harvested, I can come in here and I can pick the carrots. So it'll all work out just fine.